Hello everybody and welcome back to Jaraci Cup number 13. This is going to be another game from Group D, I believe, between AreKharak, who's in the chat, so say hello to the people, and NoFun. Going to be Connef versus Soban, pretty fun to see. And honestly, this series will be pretty sick. AreKharak is one of these players, he's only recently showed up in the tournament scene, but he's been playing 3v3 for a while, supposedly. And, like, his very first games, you could already see the potential. And this is his second tournament. He's starting to look really strong. Reminds me a lot of NoFun, right? I mean, that's basically what NoFun used to be. NoFun, however, has been missing for a couple of tournaments, but his skills are sort of unquestionable. He He managed to reach the top tier, I would say. Since then, hasn't played for several Jaraci Cups, 2 or 3, or maybe even 4. Coming back into the scene now. And, you know, true to his nature, he's playing the Rusty Boys. That is pretty fitting. So, but no, I'm really excited to see who manages to win this series. You've got kind of the veteran has-been versus the upcomer trying to take his spot, so this will be a fun one to watch. We check the builds here. This is LAV Fab coming out for AreKharak. This is what he likes to do. He generally will send that base runner out to try and get some extractions in the early game also. And you can see NoFun here getting Sandskimmer Fab as well. Typically, he likes to be aggressive the same way that AreKharak does, so we shall see what happens next. Still no more like tech after that coming out from AreKharak, which you wouldn't expect. He probably wants to save up money for the production upgrade, and then also get money for like Assault Pack and stuff like that if he's going to go for LAVs, or otherwise he'd go for Rails AV. And, you know, he really likes to go for Rails and AV. I think anyone who's played him in 3v3 can attest to that. NoFun strikes, he's defensive. I think he's a pretty aggressive player, actually. He likes to go out in the early game and try and do some damage, so. Which, you ask me, fun to watch. Right now, as it stands on the field, there is a blast drone here, just about to come out of the space runner, but I think AreKharak would definitely win this fight. LAVs are pretty happy on Boneyard, just generally speaking, and they also have this targeting jammer in tow. So, molded by them. I did not see the light of Assault Cruiser until I was a... Wait, what does he say? Until I was a man? I can't actually remember that quote, no. It's funny because I really didn't like that movie, you know, but like... That quote is pretty legendary. Looks like LAV Armor 1 has already finished for AreKharak. This is a little bit, oh look, it's AreKharak. This is a little bit, atypical, I guess I would say. Because normally you don't want to get the upgrades for the units until you've gotten the production line here. But I'll tell you what, this gives him a great combat capability, and this is going to allow him to extract more easily. I'd even like to maybe see him build a second base runner, although I can see that one of the extractions has already been stolen there. They trade 1 for 1 here. I think that's the first blood of the match. Looks like AreKharak had lost that probe too, though. I like that targeting jammer a lot, actually. Wow, yeah. That's a really good targeting jammer. It just, you know, zones him off from attacking the PC, the base runner there, and says, hey, if you try that, you're gonna lose everything, so. AreKharak probably wants the Assault Pack now. At this point, it's fine to go for these upgrades before getting production, because you have a lot of them. And the Assault Pack is really gonna allow you to take some better trades against these skims. Right now, NoFun can kind of always not trade if he wants to. Ref mode is coming out for him, so he's gonna try and back up into eco. And if I were him, I would even perhaps power down the mobility and put it into the weapons here, because it's likely that you'll get attacked. Either that or maybe the missiles, and you can try and fling some shots into your opponent. Although note that he has loaded a missile. It's a nice trick that Connef can do. Oh yeah, another thing though, those BDs, definitely going to have more value until Assault Pack is finished, because if you can hold on to that Assault Pack ability until the BDs are trying to hit you, you can basically always get away from them, right? So... getting that is some really good insurance against the BD plays, too. Uh-oh, Sandskimmer's bleeding out here a little bit. He loses one, takes a lot of health off of another. Looks like we're gonna get like, kind of the trifecta spread. I was gonna power it down. Puts it all onto the weapons, the missiles now. Loses a Salvager, though. And again, still no production upgrade. This is very atypical, but I'm kind of all for it. This is fun to see. He's probably floating a lot now, though. I would get that production upgrade at this time, now that he's got that support cruiser done. But I agree. I mean, Strikecraft is like... This kind of Strikecraft war is very precarious, because whoever gets tech first is going to have a really big advantage in it. But they also don't want to blink, because going into that tech is going to slow down their, you know, their Strikecraft superiority. Looks like it is NoFun who's done it first, though. He's got the assault railguns out. He is. Okay, good. Well, he really needs to. At this point, he'll start floating a lot, and he hasn't gotten any tech yet, so the only thing he can spend on is LAVs, so it's really, really good to get those production upgrades. Hey! AreKharak is inbound. Excellent. You love to see it. You love to see it. Production upgrade almost done now. And in the meantime, he's managed to push NoFun off of this main base. NoFun is typically pretty slow to like get back onto them, which is funny, but... Yeah, see what I mean? It takes him a long time to fix that, but he's gonna get back onto the base now. And he is getting ready to set up his 3 base here, starting to get the upgrades too. Got a long way to go to match AreKharak. Well, actually, that's not true, because AreKharak hasn't gotten Assault Pack yet. So he still only has, like, Armor 2 to contest with here. Man, it's really interesting he hasn't gotten a tech yet. He's actually getting carrier systems, and he's building a support cruiser. Tells me maybe he wants to just go, like, LAV carrier, and that's it. That is a very interesting style. Well, you know, we'll see if it works. Threat of BDs only increases, by the way. He's building more of them, so... And, you know, the other thing, too, is that they're a big force divider. If your opponent builds all of these LAVs, like, the more he builds, the more susceptible he is to the BD hit. Oh, that's a good targeting jammer, though. That's a really good targeting jammer. Missiles are gonna just barely land, but they don't do a huge amount of damage. Oh, no, 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 no! Ah! Oh, he used a BD on the base runner, but that's alright. Oh, wait a minute! Did just carrier gift subs? Oh, is that what happened? Dang, nice. Okay. Well, thanks for the gifted sub. Jeez, I didn't even tell that's what was happening until I saw the little present there by your name. Alright. AreKharak, by the way, actually has managed its 3 base here, so the power one seems a little bit questionable, but at least it does give more power to the ALMs. I mean, there is that going for it. Railgun Fab gonna finish now for AreKharak. Again, his staple pick. Hardly surprising to see that, and he has the support cruiser out, so his carrier is unlocked. Looks like he's ready to move on into the late game here. But for NoFun, he's already got the honor guards out, and there is armor 2 on the LAVs, which is good. He's gonna need that, but these honor guards are gonna be a very good answer to rail and LAV spam. So this might force AreKharak to pivot into something else, but it does, I think, come down to the... Oh, and by the way, he's got the assault pack. It does come down to the execution for both of these players. I mean, you can see this going either way. As for NoFun, I would really get armor 2 on his skins, but I don't think at this point that you really need the damage upgrade, because the honor guards are kind of covering that for you. I do like having rating, though. He's got one honor guard out, he's building another one as well. He's got the heavy railgun tech also. And yeah, we do see Mag XL coming out from AreKharak. One thing that I must say I enjoy about watching AreKharak play is that he doesn't often go for like the tier 3 units, except for sometimes BCs I think we've seen from him, but it's fun to see a player who just relies on the tier 1 army the whole time. I really like that. Oh, there's the first shot of the honor guard, and it's going to claim a life already. Does some damage to the LAV blob too. Uh-oh, Railgun's gonna get caught out here too. That's pretty good for NoFun. I mean, yeah, he loses 2 skims for that, but you're always gonna take that trade. Goes for another extraction as well. And I think that for NoFun, like, he's building a base runner here, that's fine, but I'd like to see a production cruiser and then bring this carrier out. At this stage, I would really like to see, you know, Sandskimmer armor upgrades, and other than that, you don't really need any upgrades on this side, so it's probably good to start getting carrier power and try and use that to help with the railgun spam here. Oh no, this is not good. The weakness of honor guards is also what they counter, which is interesting. They don't do well against railguns when they get caught out like this. So first honor guard is gonna fall. Oh, and the LAVs could jump on this one. Looks like he's not gonna take that opportunity, but that could have been a dead honor guard right there. As it stands, I feel like this is actually sort of an even trade, but at the same time, it's very easy to replace these railguns, and it's not so easy to replace the honor guards. Yes and no. I mean, honor guards are a lot stronger because they're easier to get to, but I think the unit itself is actually nerfed in Jaraci, but that's only because honor guards in vanilla are ridiculously strong. It's just that they don't have a very good build path. They cost way too much to get to, so. This BR here, by the way, kind of a sacrifice, it seems. Blast drones would really like to shepherd in this artifact, but I believe that NoFun can just get it using the smoke here. But either way, he really needs to smoke this now. Aw, it doesn't hit the button fast enough. He didn't click his buttons. Another honor guard is done here for Kaushmau, or sorry, for no Kaushmau, what the heck? This is what happens, man, when I'm watching chat. It's good, but it's bad for me. Oh, no, don't try this. This is so bad. The problem here is that you can get stuck in, and once you get stuck in, this LAV blob beats the skims right now. And they're gonna die, like, really hard. And yes, actually, he does have air tech, but looks like he's getting away from it for now, but I mean, AreKharak is being a little bit too respectful, I think. He could probably just killed off that whole skimmer blob there. Really have to appreciate the CC from these AOMs. Anyway, again though, for NoFun, would love to see another PC and then unlock this carrier, but it's hard to argue with more honor guards, so I do get the point. Bit of ALM spam coming out here from AreKharak, you know how I feel about that. It's not going to save this SC, so I feel like it's just kind of money down the drain here. And yeah, SC is going to fall. These are pretty upgraded skims, mind you. They have armor 2 and they have damage 1, I think. So they're pretty good at what they do, you would say. Yeah, he loses a lot of skims, but you have to also temper this with how many ALMs were killed here. I mean, this is a good trade for NoFun. His field is pretty dark though. You can see he's worried about the backstab on this side. So, by the way, more honor guards. That seems to be the game plan. You know what though? That's not a bad idea. I mean, that's really kind of what you need. Does he have honor guard anti-air? He does. Okay, so he's actually already covered for the air attack. All right, let's go. That's actually really good for NoFun. Yeah, you know, because it's like an honor guard, right? I feel like that's a nice touch, you know? I do like that. Yeah, I agree, but it's because he's been losing quite a bit. And he's building the strike fighters, which are quite expensive in RUs. These 3 blast drones are still in the game, by the way. By the way, you know, Cal Schmal was saying earlier he feels that AreKharak is a defensive player. Or, sorry, NoFun is like a defensive player. And now I get what you mean, actually. He sort of is, isn't he? Because although he likes to play aggro in the early game, he then likes to play really defensive later on, which is interesting. He takes the game really slow. Also, wow, look at the veterancy on these guys. This is kind of bad. It's the LEVs which killed the honor guards, which is really surprising here. You know, this makes me think, NoFun really needs heavy railguns, actually. Because the problem here is that his honor guards have to fight the, they have to fight the railguns, which means that if air shows up, he can't use the anti-air upgrade. And also he's feeling, excuse me, I'm getting the traditional bozo hiccups here. He's also feeling pressured to use the sand skimmers to fight that as well. And as a result, it's really difficult for him to, like, have the honor guards stay safe. If he gets heavy railguns, oh no, he's done the thing again. Oh. Yeah, as he hits C here, which means that the resource controller turned off. Looks like he's caught it though, so that's good. Didn't take him as long as last time. Still though, it must be said, the honor guards got wiped, but so did the railguns. So I mean, these players are not just like they're trading pretty surprisingly evenly here. And the units lost tab is just stacking up, jeez. Ooh, base runners in the front lines, this is interesting. But if I were NoFun, I would try and bring this honor guard up onto this hill here. Does have to worry about the ALMs though. I mean, it is true that that's a strength of Savon that can't be ignored. Honor guard anti-air turns on here. Looks like this honor guard will fall anyway though. This honor guard gets a shot off, but it really needs to turn its anti-air on also. Oh, turn on that anti-air. Okay, there we go, there we go. This guy's like, please let me talk. No. Not gonna happen, buddy. Smoke? Oh. I'll get the smoke off on that base runner. But he is building heavy railguns. Okay, good. So I think he's identified what he needs. And as for AreKharak, I don't know, things are working out so far, but I kind of have a feeling that it will get tough later. So yeah, AV tech, good. I think what he needs is to get armor on these railguns. That'll help against the honor guards too, if they have a bigger hit point pool. And I think that he needs to get some kind of a cruiser. Probably BCs are good here. This is turning into quite a match, and you can see all the corpses on the battlefield. I mean, this has been deadly for both sides. Look at the units lost tab. That's ridiculous. And that gives you an idea. I mean, this is a bloodbath here. Still, 3 honor guards on the field. These skims have to be careful though. I mean, they can really die to the railguns when they're up. Like when they have to, you know, run them down here, and the ALMs give great vision for the Savon player. They only cost CUs too, so they can be somewhat expendable. I feel like that's a good use for them, is to get that vision. AV Fab finishes, I would again, yeah, immediately go for these. And on top of that, he could go for artillery, but I don't think he'd be very good against honor guards, to be honest with you. I think BCs are probably the play here. Maybe he can go for like, no, I mean, ACs aren't going to be very good either. Yeah, so I think BCs are the play. By the way, for NoFun, if he would go into... Oh my gosh, he's getting precision bomber fab. Alright, let's see what this is about. I was about to suggest siege cruiser fab, but I mean, this is pretty spicy too. NoFun just going to chop off this ALM here, or at least he's going to try. Actually, he doesn't manage to get it. Only loses 1 skim though, that's hardly the end of the world. Heavy Vehicles 3 coming out for AreKharak. I mean, he's got the money. I wonder what his population cap is at, because he seems to be floating quite a bit, but... In that case, I would start BC Fed tech. This is a very, very long tech. By the way, you gotta keep your eyes on that clock here, because AreKharak is up by 1, so NoFun would have to, you know, do something about that in 10 minutes, but... That's not a problem... That's not a problem yet, but that can become impactful. Here comes the air, but this time AreKharak has a lot of anti-air available. Yeah, he turns it on all 3 of them. This is a death trap for any strike fighter who wants to get involved. I would not tango with this if I were you. He does manage to kill 1 of them, but this is in no way worth it, I don't think. I think he lost like 5 strike fighters there. Oh man, he has the ammo capacity upgrade too. This air transition is going to be brutal if he pulls it off. Like, he might just kill every one of these railguns. Oh my gosh. I don't think he can like snipe his opponent's carrier or something like that, but I mean, this is going to be painful. Honor Guard anti-air being turned on as well here again, but... Well, yeah, it does manage to get a shot off. And each shot of this anti-air kills a strike fighter, at least. So, you know, you have to keep your eyes on that. It has AoE too, though, so, I mean, it can possibly do more. Here come the bombers. He's only going to launch with 3, which I'm actually not so happy about, but... He's getting missile ship tech 2. I don't hate that at all. I mean, he really does need to have an answer to these strike fighters, and it seems that the honor guards are doing okay, but not the best. However, I would not recommend attacking the main base, because this is almost mined out by now. Looks like that's what he's going to go for. Yep. Oh, the main base is already mined out. Ooh. This is kind of unfortunate then. Okay, yeah, now he's gonna reposition onto the army, which I think is the right call. Don't really want to see him hitting LAVs though. Oh gosh. Oh, not like this. Oh, not like this. Oh no, he's kind of wasting all of these bombs. He didn't even kill the support cruiser. Oh no. And the anti-air was turned on the honor guards too. You've got to get your skims in here, because if you lose these, this is bad. Oh no, you got to get your skims in here. Okay, phew, he barely doesn't lose the honor guards there. Managed to kill pretty much all the LAVs too, so this is good. BC Fab is done for AreKharak now, though. A bit more power in the ALMs will go a long way, also. I'm just trying to keep these railguns alive, which he has to do. Maybe support cruiser anti-air is an option, but I feel like you can't even really go for that. He probably needs to get like missile battery fab here. Oh gosh, these skims are just kind of destroying everything now. And mind you, this was not even as powerful as that bomber transition could have been. I mean, this is some insane value that he's getting out of this. Do these guys have an attack and then move command? That's kind of interesting. Yeah, seems like it. Seems like it. Honor guards are not exactly like the best anti-capital units, but they'll sure do damage to BCs. Note they actually have 4 packets though, so units that are armored like that don't take nearly as much as you would expect. The peanut bombers are in the air too. And it looks like they're actually just going to target this carrier. That's a BC that's coming out though, so for sure I feel like AreKharak needs, yeah, he needs to power up his weapons here. And I would even power down the ALMs one more and put it in armor. Again, these things have 4 packets, so every point of armor is like 4 times as effective as you're expecting. And I mean, you're almost dead here. This is scary times for the Savant player. Oh, he went down. Sorry, I panned away. I didn't even catch it. I guess it was this guy who got the shot. And AreKharak will fall for game 1. NoFun manages to claim it. What a freaking bloodbath. I mean, let's check the units lost again here. Jeez, man. That was quite a battle. That was quite a battle. But it's gonna be NoFun taking the first game. Let's jump into game 2 and see what happens. And this time the factions stay the same, but it's NoFun's pick. He's gonna grab Canyon Alt. I like to see it. But yeah, Just Carrier is right. Rails are also more expensive and do less damage, so... But they do fire faster, and they have less of a wind-up time, which makes them easier to acquire a target. The anti-air upgrade, meanwhile, is definitely a lot stronger than it was in vanilla. But yeah, that was a good game. That was a good game. And make no mistake, this might well be the competition for who gets into the upper bracket here. I don't exactly remember what the scorelines are, but Phoenixio is in this group who went 1-1 against NoFun. I think that AreKharak hasn't played him yet, right? Let me check my downloads tab. Oh, and Sparrow is in their group. Golly. Never mind. This group is insane. So basically, just get as many points as you can. So yeah, this game definitely matters. No, actually, it doesn't. I think he's asking if it changes the AI, but the AI does use the Jaraci units, but the AI is not modified. I'm not sure if such a thing is. Whoa. Interesting. Actually, I don't even think the AI is good for macro practice because they cheat on their build orders. This guy is really high, by the way. This might be the highest I've ever seen. Oh my gosh. The jetpack. So... That's ridiculous. What are you mining, man? Alright, well now that we have our bird's eye view, let's monitor the game situation. Looks like it's gonna be LAVs again. Oh my gosh, he managed to fully mine, like open the wreck and fully mine CUs, and then start returning to the carrier before he returned to the ground. That's ridiculous. DOK, man, you never cease to amaze. Anyway, it's gonna be about the same build as last time for both of these players, actually. Looks like NoFun though, going for a railgun rush. I love it. Oh no, he cancelled it. Well, Assault Chips may be a better play against AreKharak, who typically goes for lots of LAVs in the opener. We've got our first extraction picked up for both of these players. We'll see if it's able to get to the zone. I think right now it's AreKharak who has more control of the field, but this BD is always kind of a question mark in the computation. Also, worth noting, he does have Armor 1 again, and he picks off 2 skims for free, which is really good for him. Targeting jammer used though with not too much effects. That's gonna be nice for NoFun. Skims want to trade in again here, but I really don't think that they can win this fight. They're not even gonna get 1, so he's traded like 4 for nothing so far. It's not good for NoFun. He does have a Soul Chip tech coming out here, but you can only bleed so many. Oh, okay, here comes the BD. Okay, yeah, he manages to get 2 back, which is not bad. But the skims are sort of cut off from the PC now. Assault Chip Tech is done. He needs to cancel this skim and build nothing but that. He will manage to pick off this low unit over here. Oh no, NoFun, you can't stop moving. You gotta keep going. Keep going, keep going. And he's gotta build armored units too. This is not good. We're kind of in like a meat grinder scenario right now. Okay, there we go. Here's the armored unit. He needs to get armored unit defenses started as well. Oh, he's gonna hit himself. Okay, not quite, not quite. Ah, he dips over the dune there. That's really good. That time he did do some friendly fire though. Okay, he's alive for now. This really takes the legs out of his rush though. He did get the artifact at the beginning, so that's nice for him, but it's gonna be a little bit tough to, keep up the Assault Chip rush here. So at this point, he's got to kind of try to pivot to something else, I think. Assault Chip is still trading pretty well, though. He doesn't have Armor 1, though, and that will really help him a lot. Especially if your opponent starts getting damage upgrades and you don't get the armor upgrades, you'll just die, like, really hard, so... One base Kentucky Fried Chicken. Don't know about that. I like how he's building a BD here, by the way. I mean, the LEVs know about this base runner, but it's still possible he might get away with this. And then maybe, you know, there can be... Yeah, like, look, he's going to finish this BD. And then maybe he can get sort of a surprise hit off on these LEVs, which would be pretty big for him. What's the fallout for AreKharak? Looks like he does have AAV tech here. Here's the BD. Smoke is used. Oh! Ah, I did get the detonate off. That would have been huge, man. That would have been huge. Worth a try, though. Worth a try. I mean, that only costs 120 CUs, and the potential gain could be massive, so... Anyway, yeah, NoFun is going to agree. His attack has been blunted here. He's getting ref mode, and probably he'll be saving it for another PC next. He does have the money for it now, if he wants. Oh... And this time, AreKharak is correcting the late battle cruisers of yesteryear by getting it now at the 23-minute mark. Well, that sounds like it's a long time in. The game's been like 6.5 minutes so far, so this is really, really early BCs. You know, it'd be nice if the timer, like... You might be surprised, there is a game timer, but it's behind this thing, so you can't see it. Like, if this just moved down, like, 20 or 30 pixels, that's all it would take, and then you'd be able to see the actual game timer, which is pretty funny. But as a result, we're so used to not seeing it on replays that we just use this as the game clock, which is funny. Now these AVs, or assault chips that is, need to be a little bit careful here. The problem is that these ALMs are on this kind of like weird terrain where it looks like you should be able to shoot it, but actually this is a hill that like curves up like this, right? So you actually can't shoot over this hill very easily. It's hard to see though, so that's why he's having trouble shooting there. But yeah, you see that second PC has come out. Interceptor tech on the way for NoFun also. Battle cruisers are done though. And we'll see if AreKharak is able to leverage them this early. This is pretty early to be building BCs, but that's an advantage on its own, right? I mean, your opponent, you know, definitely is not ready for this, but you know, air is a point too. If your opponent doesn't prepare in defense against air, that can be a strong counter to it as well. And you know, BCs are slow, high hit point pool, but not any ability to attack air. That's kind of a window for air units to punish them. So we'll see what ends up happening here. But AreKharak has a lot of money. He'll be able to build these BCs for sure, and he'll be able to build a lot of them. He's on 3 base already. He just needs to get some anti-air. That's all he really needs. Truer words never were spoken. Alright, the BCs are on the queue. Still no anti-air though. One good answer to BCs, if your opponent doesn't have anti-air sufficient, is to build bombers. And bombers, of course, can do quite a lot for fighting the BCs off. Hey, nice moves. He doesn't quite get the probe there, but this is gonna prompt the LAVs to come over, by the way. But there's nothing they can do here, I don't think. This is armor 2 on the assault ships, and there's no damage ups on the LAVs, so they can't really push through here. It's true. It's true. AreKharak is starting to float a bit. This often happens when you build BCs, although I take it all back because he's just killed his float. But sometimes it's good to tech carrier production upgrade here, even though... Oh look, he's already got one out. I only just realized this. Anyway, it's good to tech the carrier production upgrade. That's fun. Yeah, I mean, BCs can really be powerful, you know? Now that NoFun knows about them, what's his answer? It looks like he is going to go into the bombers. And again, bombers pretty good against BCs when your opponent doesn't have the anti-air to deal with it. This is probably not a permanent solution, though. And for now, he's going to hit them with the interceptors, but this is not a great look, because BCs have a lot of armor. And, interceptors have 3 packets too, so this is like 3 times as effective. And here we see AreKharak using the field repairs ability. This is, of course, new to Jaraci. When the base runner uses its smoke, it heals itself up. And you can see, he took, like, no damage there at all. So, that's kind of disappointing for the air reveal. Nice cruise missile, though. And this third base is kind of in jeopardy now. I think NoFun is good to have bombers, but he really needs... No, you gotta cancel this. You gotta be teching Railgun Fab here, because otherwise there's no answer to these BCs. He can bring his carrier to this position, but, you know, then he can use the cruise missiles, but, like, honestly, there's a threat that the carrier can die to this, too. This is not easy to deal with, and there's 4 of them on the field, too. They're gonna be coming from both sides. Here come the interceptors, but NoFun's gonna be very disappointed to see how little damage these things have actually taken. Bombers, of course, only have 1 packet, so... The bombers can do a lot more damage to the BCs, but... Actually, you know what? It looks like he will kill one of them here. I guess my question is just like, is the field control that these have gotten worth it already? I mean, look how much mining time they've denied. And they're buying time for these BCs to get on this side, and this is going to be quite a deadly pincer here. Yeah, where's that Railgun Fab? He needs it, but he doesn't have it, so... Is there any anti-air here for AreKharak's side? He's got support cruiser anti-air, but you know, that's not very impactful. I think at this point, he'd be good to get missile battery Fab, and maybe even fighter and gunship on top of that later. Field repair is going to buy a bit more time for this BC, and these two have arrived. Skims really don't do any damage to BCs though, so it's better to have them on this flank. Oh man. Yeah, I mean the armored units are just melting here. He needs these to fight the LEVs too, so now that that's dead, there's even another window for AreK to get in. It's some pretty good BC play right here. He makes it look easy, you know? He makes it look easy. Yeah, I don't see what NoFun can possibly do here. He can't even dock this bomber. Oh, he did get the dock off. Nice. Yep. Oh, the interceptors are getting killed by, like, AoE here. But he's got to launch them, right? I mean, he doesn't really have a choice here, because, you know, if he doesn't, he just loses the game. I mean, frankly, the game is lost anyway. Even if he can survive for now, he's lost his main base. And not only that, I mean, if AreK really wants to be rude, he can start building salvagers and mine off of this, but... GG easy. Oh, got him. But even then, I don't think he's gonna survive here. This BC hurts. Just like 2 more shots and I think NoFun's dead. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Wow, look how much veterancy they need in vanilla. Holy crap. Anyway, yeah, he really needed rails, I think. Either that, or he could also have gotten Con F Siege and try and use that. But, you know, air is good against BCs, but it's not enough. When he teched into the ammo capacity, he could easily have pivoted also into railguns, instead of getting ammo. I think that would have been good. Well, the thing is, Con F Siege does fight BCs decently well in the front line, just not spectacularly, but it'd be better than nothing, right? Which is what he had. So, you know, Con F Siege can fight BCs, but it's a tough battle. The EMP is really what makes that work, I guess. And definitely in this scenario, he couldn't have teched it because it would take too long. But yeah, right here, definitely he needed railgun fab. Yeah, well that's true. You can't do that either. You can't do that either. But Con F Siege fights BCs really well when they have railguns behind them. So, anyway, that's gonna be the series though. It's 1-for-1, which is pretty hype, I'd say. And yeah, that's big for AreK because again, you know, you're trying to get it into the upper bracket here, and this group is gonna be tight. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll move on to the next one.